All right, good evening. Look, in my evidence, I have the information, okay? But it's on another format. It's not online right now. It's not what I'm looking at right now, which actually has two different four-digit pins, right? I'm looking at a 7932 and I'm looking at a 3358. And what it is it is libel and it's securities fraud. See, when I was actually 25, no such honor was bestowed upon me. There were other people I knew who were honored. And I knew the editor of the newspaper at the time. And I knew some of the other people that wrote for it. And to be honest with you, I was just the other day looking for this particular publication because I wrote an article with another woman. We were co authors on an article for this publication, but that has been conveniently disappeared. And instead, this publication right now has information on it about me presumably winning some award. I didn't win. I didn't win this award. And at the time, I would have been eligible to win this award. Nobody ever talked to me about me being the kind of person that would be put in a class with them. And since you've been libeling me, because it's in print on the public record, as being so honored, in association, by the way, with the other people, and characterized in the way it's characterized, since you've been doing that, you've refused to actually talk to me. You've refused to respond to any of my efforts to contact you. You've also refused to participate in any processes of helping me actually get paper, actual hard copies of what I actually did do. And instead, you've created some completely false, backdated stock, right? Involving information about things that didn't actually happen at the time. Now, here's the problem. If you're going through some sort of thing that you would like to have characterized as a mental health crisis, and as a result, you end up actually putting into the public record materially false information with the intent of presenting materially false information in order to create an alternative timeline of events that happened to do or accomplish whatever you want, that needs to be put into consideration. I don't believe that should be justified legally as an excuse to exculpate you from the criminal culpability it may entail. Why? Because while you're doing that, I still have to deal with the fact that what used to be called, by the way, the Harvard Gay and Lesbian Review, because it is produced out of Harvard University, is now called the Gay and Lesbian Review Worldwide. And the ironic thing is, you have right here Gay and Lesbian Review. But if you actually had given me that award back then it wouldn't have been called the Gay and Lesbian Review. It would have been called the Harvard Gay and Lesbian Review. It changed the name several years after it published the original article. So if this was actually correct for the time, you would have used the name of the publication at the time. And you didn't do that. I never won this award for 30 under 30. You did not consider me to be eligible at the time. I did publish an article with another woman about Jewish feminist lesbians, including Jewish feminist lesbians that had visited Chicago from Israel as part of a conference. Now, for whatever reason, that's not allowed online, but this materially misrepresentation of events for the time is, if you have a print publication where you listed me as 30 under 30, while I was in Chicago, by the way, while I would have been there working within the community where other people were honored and other people were printed in the publication and I was not, which honestly wasn't a real problem with me, then you need to produce the actual print publication verifying that this information is factually correct. If not, I want your publication shut down. This has been going on too long. You have already been apprised of the fact that these things have been going on in a completely unacceptable way. Is this connected to the gold coinage that most recently happened? See, do you ex post facto consider this characterization appropriate for some sort of gold coinage when at the time you wouldn't even acknowledge whether or not I would have been considered for this? Produce the paper. Produce the actual paper publication that lists your 30 under 30 from 2003.